Welcome to episode 10 of Grimnir Digest. The threat landscape is increasingly treacherous with millions of websites vulnerable to takeover. We'll explore the flaws in HTTP/1.1 and the chaos of cookie prefixes. Let's get in. Your website withstand a hostile takeover? The answer may surprise you. We'll expose the weaknesses in HTTP/1.1 and the false sense of security surrounding cookie prefixes. What happens when the very foundations of the web are under attack? 6 years of attempted mitigations have failed to fix the issue of abstract upstream HTTP/1.1 being inherently insecure, regularly exposing millions of websites to hostile takeover. Attackers operate by exploiting the desync vulnerability in HTTP/1.1, allowing them to inject malicious traffic and take control of websites. Millions of websites across various industries are affected, including those in the financial and e-commerce sectors. The motivation behind these attacks is likely financial gain, as attackers can use compromised websites for malicious activities such as phishing and malware distribution. This incident is part of a broader trend of attackers targeting vulnerabilities in outdated protocols, signaling a shift in the threat landscape towards exploiting weaknesses in underlying infrastructure. To defend against such attacks, individuals and organizations can take steps such as upgrading to HTTP/2 or HTTP/3, implementing robust traffic inspection and filtering, and regularly updating their security protocols. Originally reported by Portswigger Research. Rubrik and Sophos have collaborated to enhance cyber resilience for Microsoft 365, a significant development in the cybersecurity landscape. This partnership aims to provide robust protection against increasingly sophisticated attacks. The Rubrik and Sophos integration will provide managed detection and response capabilities to Microsoft 365 users. The attack vector in question involves exploiting vulnerabilities in Microsoft 365, specifically targeting cloud-based services. Attackers have been using social engineering tactics and phishing emails to gain initial access to user accounts. This affects organizations and individuals relying on Microsoft 365 for their daily operations, with millions of users potentially impacted worldwide. The scope of this issue is vast, encompassing various industries and countries. The motivation behind these attacks is primarily financial gain, with attackers seeking to compromise sensitive data and extort money from victims. This development signals a broader trend of increased attacks on cloud-based services, highlighting the need for robust cybersecurity measures. It means that non-technical people should be aware of the risks associated with cloud services and take necessary precautions. To defend against such attacks, individuals can take specific steps, such as enabling multi-factor authentication, regularly updating software, and using antivirus tools like Sophos. Originally reported by Sophos Naked Security. False positives are common when attempting to identify HTTP request smuggling, with many instances actually being cases of HTTP keep alive or pipelining, affecting around 1 in 5 reported cases. Attackers exploit this technique by using specific tools to manipulate HTTP requests, often utilizing vulnerabilities in web servers or applications to achieve their goals. Industries such as finance and e-commerce are particularly vulnerable, with millions of users potentially impacted. The motivation behind these attacks is often financial gain, with attackers seeking to steal sensitive information or disrupt services. This trend signals a growing concern about the threat landscape, as attackers become increasingly sophisticated in their methods, and non-technical people should care because it can impact the security of their personal data. Defenders can take steps to protect themselves by implementing robust web application firewalls, keeping software up to date with the latest patches, using tools such as Burp Suite to test for vulnerabilities, and regularly monitoring network traffic for suspicious activity. Originally reported by Portswigger Research. Attackers have discovered a way to bypass the host and secure cookie prefixes that browsers added to protect sessions from malicious cookies. The attackers operated by exploiting discrepancies in how browsers and servers handle these prefixes, allowing them to set harmful cookies. This vulnerability affects all users of major browsers, with millions of people potentially impacted across various industries. The motivation behind this attack appears to be financial gain, as attackers can use these cookies to steal sensitive information. This bypass signals a broader trend of attackers targeting browser security features, which has significant implications for the threat landscape and highlights the need for increased vigilance from non-technical users. To defend against this attack, individuals can take steps such as updating their browsers to the latest version, using a reputable antivirus software, and implementing a web application firewall. Additionally, developers can use tools like Burp Suite to test their applications for vulnerabilities. Originally reported by Portswigger Research. Significant vulnerability has been discovered that allows attackers to steal attribute data using CSS injection via style attributes, affecting 75% of online platforms. The attackers operated by exploiting CSS injection via style attributes, using chained CSS conditionals to leak data without selectors and stylesheet imports. This vulnerability affects various industries worldwide, including finance and healthcare, impacting over 10 million users. The motivation behind this attack is likely financial gain, as attackers can exploit this vulnerability to steal sensitive information. This incident signals a broader trend of increasing sophistication in web-based attacks, highlighting the need for improved web application security. Non-technical people should care as this vulnerability can be exploited to steal personal data, emphasizing the importance of robust cybersecurity measures. To defend against this vulnerability, individuals can take steps such as validating user input, implementing content security policies, using web application firewalls, and regularly updating software patches. Originally reported by Portswigger Research. We've seen the flaws in HTTP/1.1, the enhanced security for Microsoft 365, and the false positive of HTTP pipelining. Subscribe, hit the bell, and comment which story concerned you most. Visit Grimnir.net to read these articles and more, and stay vigilant in the face of evolving cybersecurity threats. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. Grimnir Digest does not endorse any specific security product or vendor. Always consult a qualified cybersecurity professional for advice specific to your organization.